there are those games, those rare few that stay with you years after you put them down. For me, the original Ecco the Dolphin is on that short list, and while I've never quite finished it, the game's distinct look and feel instantly had my young mind hooked. Now, roughly 21 years after the series' initial release, Ecco's creator Ed Annunziata has revealed his plans for the future of Ecco. I caught up with Ed at San Francisco's own Aquarium of the Bay, located in the tourist hub Pier 39, to discuss his work on this undersea series and what the future has in store.
You know, 20 years ago, I created Ecco the Dolphin, and have continuously thought about it. So, you know, Ecco, or this kind of game, or this environment, has been in my brain for all this time. And, you know, I made a lot of games since then, but in between each and every one, I'd always think about my underwater games.
Ecco the Dolphin was an undersea adventure game released for the Sega Mega Drive in 1992. Players controlled Ecco, a bottlenose dolphin, on a quest to find the members of his pod after they vanish in a powerful storm. The game would become infamous for its difficulty, but as a kid, I was enamored by its familiar, yet mysterious ocean environment, and in the way Ecco moved. Now, years later, I ask Ed about his inspirations behind this unique game.
One of the things that inspired me was the motion of the dolphin, like the sine wave motion and this sort of surface interaction going in and out of the water. Back in the early days of video games, side-scroll games were all about left, right, up, down, very, you know, restricted cardinal directions. So I felt like, you know, to be different, you know, what moves in an analog pattern as opposed to just up, down, left, right. And at some point, the idea of controlling a dolphin occurred to me. It took me about a year to get to the point where I could prototype the game. And I was able to convince my boss at the time to fund a really small prototype just to see if the play mechanics were worth pursuing. And probably within 6 weeks of working with like the best team in the world that I found, that I still work with today, when everybody's got to experience this prototype, it was like a no-brainer. It was like, okay, this goes on the product plan. When I finished the Ecco series, it just kept going in my mind. The potential for using echolocation as a game mechanism, and the potential of controlling the creatures. And sure, Ecco the Dolphin was all about being a dolphin, but the ocean is filled with all kinds of really cool creatures. Each could have their own little play mechanics and their own control schemes. And then I talked to my team, and all the individuals. I found out like just everybody was really passionate about, yeah, let's go back to the sort of aquatic game idea. It is similar in that in a few ways. One, when you control the creatures, it's all about how it feels to control the creatures. There's a feel to each of the play mechanics. The other element that would be similar is the environment is beautiful, but at the same time terrifying, because everything wants to eat you. The deeper you go, the darker it gets, and let's face it, it's very alien. When you enter a new territory and you see something, whether it's a life form or some kind of environmental element, the feeling that I want you to get is like, what is that? Like, what is this thing? If you come across something and you get that feeling, that's the reward to exploration. The big blue should be humongous to provide a lot of exploration to give you those feelings. the whole environment, the ocean, the biology, it's all really inspiring and moving emotionally. And when something has that kind of an impact on your life, you can't help but like love it, and then you want to care for it and take care of it. And so I do have a passion towards nature and biology and the ocean, and I do want the game to leave people with a feeling that we should be a bit more mindful about what our impact is. So the game takes place 1 million years after mankind's disappearance on the Earth. So the ocean has had 1 million years to further evolve and kind of get over all of the damage that we imposed upon it. There's that old saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Well, we didn't kill the Earth. We didn't kill nature. We actually made it stronger. Our impact had a positive one in the long run because we're messing with it. It figures out a way how to deal with what we did, and now it's stronger or smarter. So even though in a way, in the long run, that's a positive impact that we had, when, you know, I should be saying what a negative impact we had, but I think what's important is that we had an impact. And that's the thing, hopefully people will walk away knowing or feeling.
To help make the Big Blue a reality, Ed, along with other members of the original Ecco the Dolphin team, has turned to the crowdfunding service Kickstarter. The Big Blue won't be a direct sequel to Ecco, but will still focus on exploration, puzzle solving, and celebrating undersea life. Of course, the team has plenty of new ideas they'd like to implement as well, and they are confident the Big Blue will see the light of day one way or another.
If the Kickstarter campaign is not successful, it will be successful next time around. Like, this was my first Kickstarter campaign, and the way I approached it, which is my way, is in like real big broad strokes. Like, it'll be this, it'll be that, and here's how it'll work, here's some rewards, block it out and go for it with energy and confidence. And now I went through it, I got an unbelievable amount of feedback from random people from all over the world, and I learned a lot. Now I feel like I understand the dynamics better, how to communicate the game, what to show, how to construct the rewards and tie them into the game and the game fiction better. So my plan is to make the Little Blue. And the little blue is just a stepping stone to the Big Blue. And what I figure is I could make a smaller version of the game, release it so everybody could play it. Then there's less of an onus on me to explain it. I could just say, try it. Everybody could try it. And then I'll do another Kickstarter campaign and say, okay, let's make the Little Blue the Big Blue. I've always thought of the game or the game world as a basis for an ongoing development or for an ever-growing game, evolving just like life, but in the digital space.
Where this evolution ultimately takes the Big Blue team remains a mystery, but like Ed said, they will push forward with energy and confidence. Ecco's undersea world once captured the imagination of video game fans worldwide. Today, Ed is confident those who experience the Big Blue's vision of the future will remember it for a long, long time. Thanks again to the Aquarium of the Bay here in San Francisco for the use of their facilities.